Y'all, ooh, da, ooh, da. What's goody to the goddess and the gods, and what's popping to the people? And well, like we always do about this time, family. So, let's see, man. Where do we begin? I know one thing. um, let me get my. Let me get this situated. All right. I'm disappointed in y'all, man. I'm disappointed in us. Fucking, I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm disappointed in us as a whole, as a collective. um, did y'all really? Hold on, let me get my situation situated. Cause y'all playing games right now, so okay. Let me turn that down. We in the building. We in the building, family. So uh yo, my peace to the queen. And happy belated birthday. Blessings on your born day and your birthright, queen. We appreciate you. You've been holding us down and rocking with the family for years. So that's all love. I'm just posting and letting everybody know we out here. Y'all better quit playing tonight. We about to rock. Share this joint. Share this joint. Share this joint. Tonight we about to rock. Uh, Let me just send a couple of these out. I'm gonna hit y'all with something different tonight, man. We're gonna break away from the norm. But I do want to say, before we get away from the norm, I do want to address a few of y'all. I am somewhat disappointed, man. What are we doing, man? Y'all really jumped out the window on this Donald Trump shit. I see that now. I see a lot of y'all jumped out the window, no parachute. Did y'all really like did y'all really let politics come between you and your peoples? Do you know how many people told me they into it with their people over politics? Do you know how many people told me they are into it with their people over politics? So let me get this straight. You so-called everybody all conscious and all smart and shit. So y'all believe this shit to the extent that you falling out with loved ones over fucking white people decisions, elitist decisions. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, I've been hearing this shit, and I didn't even bump heads with people that I care about. And I done heard other people say they literally into it with loved ones, family members, and friends over Donald Trump and Kamala. Every time, every time I start to feel like we gain a little traction, y'all do some extremely embarrassing shit like this. Man, you out your goddamn mind. Like, this is our responsibility. We take the information, we dissect it, we administer it, and we get on with our fucking day. Because look, this is that fake ass consciousness. On one end, y'all be like, I know politics fake. On the next end, y'all taking sides on who you like and who you don't like. This is a sideshow. Donald Trump, for me, is entertainment. And I like to point out things to y'all that y'all don't, because, like, For everybody that is so glued on what his next move is, nobody who was pro Kamala watched his speech yesterday. Cut this shit out, bro. Like, here's where the problem come in at. The problem come in at where you believe that there's actually a such thing as a United States president. So soon as you fall for that, you'll fall for anything. I got people saying, I know it's fake, but it would have been nice to see Kamala get in. What the fuck does that mean? Either it's fake or it's not. To actually think that they allow us to vote on what they're going to do, that's your fucking problem in the first place. That's your problem. You shouldn't project that on any other being, the fact that your simple ass mind actually believes in American politics, believes in planetary politics. That's your fucking fault. So don't be mad at nobody that you fell for this shit and it didn't go your way. And another thing I don't understand is, what do y'all believe in? Because that's the problem. A lot of y'all confused and don't understand what you really believe. What do you believe? Do you believe in God? Christians is crying, talking about Trump got in. Trump gonna do this and Trump gonna do that. Okay, let's just suppose he do. You don't think God got a fucking plan too? What do y'all believe in? No matter who's in office, you don't think God sees what's going on and actually has a fucking plan. Y'all get so caught up into the spooky shit, you forget you actually believe in God. Because if you actually believe in God, then fuck is you so worried about? You Christians is the most worried. The sad part is Christians and conscious people that I'm having the most problems. Conscious people that I'm having the most problems with. I argue with conscious people over politics more than anything. Why? Y'all got religion figured out, but that's Joe Biden. What the fuck are we doing? This is the problem. When you don't, like Dr. Clark say, when you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. That's the problem. Y'all quick to jump down any road because you really don't know where you're going. Of course, you like to tell everybody else you know where you're going. Of course, you like to seem informed and smart in front of your friends or whoever you try to pull that shit with. But when it really comes down to the nitty gritty, what do you really know? See, you can't trick God and you can't trick me. You can lie to yourself. What do you really know? And if your basis of information is you believe politics is real, then you don't know shit. And no amount of getting pissed off at anybody that is telling you that is going to change anything. Here's what you should have been doing. Okay. What is really happening in your world? How come nobody cares about what's really happening in the world? All y'all care about how you feel when you hear something. None of us are fucking there. None of us are really on the inside of this thing. So the only help we got at getting answers is diligent research, not emotions. Last night we had a dope ass conversation in Clubhouse, and it was we need what was it? We need political intelligence, not emotional politics. Was the title of the room. We need political intelligence, not emotional politics. Because if we can peep what's going on, if you stop waiting until election time to study your life, I studied not that's the whole thing. Y'all study certain things that catch your attention. There is no, listen to me. God is my witness. I don't remember the last time I didn't study. Especially if we're talking 24 to 48 hours. Not in the last 10 years. You have to know, not assume, not be emotional. You got a responsibility to the people that think you smart and to your children. So when I pass on information, I don't pass on my opinion and I don't pass on my emotions. I pass on what I know and can prove. We got to get there as a people, because soon as we get there, we shouldn't have been involved in any of this. We should have had a fucking opinion about Kamala or Trump. But y'all so easy to trick. All you got to do is pay attention. I'm going to show y'all how simple this is. It's not whether something did or didn't happen. It's about why are they choosing this moment. So, like, for instance, we all been saying, or they've been telling us that with this P. Diddy shit, they say he been doing this for 30 years. Why now? Why all of this sexual assault stuff? Why this year? Why choose this year? Now, anybody who rock with me know that I'm teaching years about the number 8 and how 8 is synonymous with death. I've also been telling people for the last 2 years they're about to kill the industry and gangster rap. Well, what a coincidence. It's 2024. 2 and 2 is 4, plus another 4, that's an 8. This is the year of the 8. What did Cat Williams say at the beginning of the year? Because he is in the witchcraft, he understands numerology. He said, this year, everybody gets it. Y'all thought he was being prophetic. No, he just knew what was about to happen. Inside scoop. It was his job to get the ball rolling. And then and y'all fell for that. Oh, Cat Williams is our savior. Nobody looked at his fucking tour flyer. His tour flyer got all kind of Masonic, satanic symbolism. He throwing up the I triples up. Y'all don't care about that. Oh, he saved us. Because you don't pay attention. You're so easy to get caught up in something. Donald Trump is racist. The Central Park 5. Why now? Let's just assume they're innocent. Why now? That's what y'all never ask. It's not about what's happening. It's about why now. I show y'all the number shit. I show y'all how world events are numerically synced up. You can't fake that. How can you see me do that once, leave, and then pretend you didn't see it? Once you see me numerically sync several world events together, what more do we have to do? Y'all watch, you hear, you see, then you go live life like you didn't just learn the shit. And then be mad at everybody else because we didn't go back into a fucking farm with you. No, that's not what we doing. I watched my slogan for years. They never tell the truth. When did they? Why would they? You lie to everybody you love. They don't like us. Think about it. You lie all the fucking time. And you lie to people you actually like. You lie to people you actually love. Y'all lie to y'all significant others and all kind of shit. But what makes you think a government who fucking hates you won't lie to you? It doesn't make sense. What did I show you? I showed you CIA went into partnership with the American Mafia and the Vatican. The United States government created the CIA so that they could go into business with the Mafia and the Vatican and smuggle cocaine into the country. Cocaine and heroin. This is documented fact. You don't gotta believe me. They admitted to it. They wrote it down. Nobody went to jail for it. Now, I'm going to show you again tonight. All of us know about the Charles Manson Helter Skelter shit. And in our mind, we say Charles Manson is the craziest, blah, 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 blah. He's a serial killer. He's a madman. But wait a minute. If Charles Manson is so sick and twisted, what does that make the people who created him? He's not just some random guy. That story they told you on the TV is a lie. Y'all so easy because you emotionally based. So all they got to do is tinker with your little emotion box and you fall for everything. And you'll crash the fuck out over your emotions every goddamn time. Bunch of fucking crash dummies. Get out your chest. Get inside of here. Now, this man, well, I seen some statistics that had me go down a rabbit hole. First, I seen what they say, John Wayne Gacy had 33 murders. Oh, really? And then it said 33% of all serial killers live double lives. There go that fucking number again. So see, anytime we hear 33, this is some of their shit. They teach you that the highest level you can get, that's a lie too, is the 33 degrees in masonry. There's 33 vertebrae in your spine. So this Jesus died at the age of 33. Jesus also was a carpenter, built things with his hands. You got to pay attention to what you're hearing. Because nothing is said or done for nothing. Everything is connected. So I hear these 33s and I know what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with Freemasonry every time I hear 33. So then, some kind of way, they got something to do with this Gacy thing. You got a clown that's stuffing bodies in the basement, killing all the kids in the neighborhood and nobody know. You got in the, hold on, let me read y'all this real quick. Let me cook, family. Okay, so I was reading this. Where it go real quick. It says, since the 1970s and 1980s, a high activity period of serial murderers, the numbers have dropped significantly. Numbers peaked in the 1970s when there were nearly 300 known active serial killers in the U.S. In the 1980s, there were more than 250 active killers who accounted for between 120 and 180 deaths per year. Wait a minute. Wait. How the fuck do they, what the fuck is an active known serial killer? What does that mean? And okay, maybe you got 2 or 3 of them, but how do you have 300 known active senior. What the fuck does that mean? I'm gonna tell you what it means. Cause then it goes further, and then you get a little insight into things where it says, but what account? Wait. Oh, okay, let me go back for a second. So it says, by the time the 2010s rolled around, there were fewer than 50 known active killers. I still don't know how they're active and known. That's just crazy. That's crazy right there. But okay, so now it says, but what accounts for this dramatic decrease over the last 40 years? It says, according to Fox, a criminology professor at the Northeastern University, it comes down to several major changes in forensic science, policing, criminal justice technology that have made it harder than ever for the B2K killers of the world to escape capture. But then it says, the decline that started in the 1980s mirrors a decrease in nationwide crackdown on crime that occurred in the 1980s and 1990s. The nationwide crackdown on crime that occurred during the 1980s and 1990s, that was because of the crack era had began. So that drastic increase in crime and capture, that's us. We don't. Let's see what percentage, and they've been a lot probably. What percentage of serial killers are Afro-American? In addition, it says 15%. 82% of American serial killers were white. 15% were black. 2.5% were Hispanic. Okay. So then we don't make for the decrease. If we're only 15% of serial killers, and that's now, it was even less back then. So then we don't make for the decrease in serial killers when you crack down on crime. That crackdown on crime was on crack dealers. See, what you have to understand is a police force is a business. So therefore, we got to justify all this money we get every year. We need some arrests. We need some cases. We need something cracking. We need serial killers. Like, dude, you bugging. Most of your serial killers were created, bro. Most of your Ski in the building. What's going on, Kinfolk? Peace to the queens. Yeah, we gonna really rock. Most of your serial killers were created. Now watch this. So you got the war, the Vietnam War. And now y'all know war is big money. And so the hippie movement starts. And the hippie movement is peace and love, man. They're completely against the war. The hippie movement is getting enormous. And so what y'all don't understand is we got more power than they tell you. You have to get your country's approval in order to go to war. At least you got to get a majority. Everybody ain't got to agree, but you got to have a majority of the people saying, let's do it. So now, what the problem with the hippie movement is, not only is it growing traction, it's growing traction with the bored rich kids. So these is the kids that's becoming the flower children. Some of these super rich sons and daughters of the people who run the world. Their children getting caught up in this shit and protesting. They needed to stop the hippie movement. The CIA is who put together Woodstock. Y'all know when Jimi Hendrix and them was had the LSD, the CIA put that together. They also put together the Manson murders. Charles Manson kept getting locked up and getting out. His PO was in on the sham. He was a two-bit hustler that stayed in and out of jail. So when he did 7 years, he went in at the beginning of the MK Ultra program and the LSD program. They was testing out LSD on inmates and seeing what it do. They also started what's called the MK Ultra mind control program. All of this start in the 60s. So now they start instantly testing on homeless people and inmates. You know, once you become an inmate, you're a ward of the state. So it was after he gets out for his 7 years is when his PO, who also had worked on that MK Ultra program inside the prisons years earlier, that's who they stick with him for a PO. Somebody who they had been experimenting with while he was locked up. Now his PO is somebody who was part of the program. Now they say they wasn't there at the same time, but that doesn't really matter. So now this is how, because what they couldn't understand is how was Manson even free at the time? He kept catching case after case after case after case and just kept getting out. And nobody could understand how. Even to the point where when you know, he basically you might as well say he was a pimp first. That's really what he was doing. He was practicing mind control. He had all females, and they would literally do anything he said. And he was going to his PO with them. And the POs knew. He would go in and see his PO. They'd go down the hall and get STD screening and vaccinated. So everybody knew that they was working girls. Now, at this very same time, they had, and I'm gonna get the name of it for y'all. I forgot what it was called, the Midnight Club or something like that, where this is a CIA operation. They was taking prostitutes and giving them LSD and watching them go get the Johns, take them up to specific hotel rooms, two-way mirrors, so they could watch the sexual exchange between the prostitute and the John, while the John, she secretly slipped the John some LSD. And then see how he react when he going off the sauce, and they was taking notes of the effects of LSD in a sexual capacity and this, that, and the third. Now, this puts him directly in cahoots with busting moves and doing business with the CIA, whether he knew it or not. He kept getting out. One of them girls get pregnant with his child. The PO becomes the godparent to the child. Like, hold on, this is a PO. You doing too much. The two girls that got caught with, for the murders and got parole, he came and spoke at their hearing and got them off. So it's a long line of evidence, and a lot of people have reached the conclusion that all of these connections between Charlie lead to the fact that he was working with them people in the first place. Now, we know our government did experiments in mind control. And at one point, they did it legally. And then once the program was shut down, they continued illegally. And we know this because they end up getting caught later on. Excuse me. Yeah, we gonna cook. So now, here's the thing you got to think about. Are we naive enough to believe, because let's just look at it. All evidence points to the fact that Charles Manson was working with them peoples, and they put him up to doing what he did. Now, the purpose of what they was trying to do with the LSD experiments was to see if they, now y'all remember Denzel with the Manchurian Candidate. They also had the Manchurian program. And what they were trying to see if they could use, this was for government hits. You know, these hitmen are humans. They on all kind of medication. They got to go through therapy. Believe it or not, when you take a life, you're not supposed to do that. When you remove a life from this planet, you're gonna feel something. You disconnect, unless it's one of those justified things. And even if it's justified, you still, because that's a direct connection to God, you're gonna feel something. So now, imagine if it's your profession to kill people. Some people be so fucked up in the head, it's ridiculous. So what they was trying to create, and what they've always tried to create, is super soldiers. What if we had a soldier that could do this and feel nothing? So the Montauk Project is what it's called, and this is where they was trying to get the Manchurian candidates. And they was starting with 6-year-old kids and try to raise them into it because it's easier to program the younger mind. Now they're using shock treatment and all kind of shit, deprivation, and they're really fucking getting inside your shit and rewiring it to the point where like you could be turned on and turned off type shit. This is a real live thing. So they say Jack Ruby. Now Jack Ruby is the guy. He was a lower level mobster, mid-tier mobster, who shot Lee Harvey Oswald. So you remember they said Oswald is the one who killed Kennedy. Yeah. And as they was taking Oswald to court, some dude walked up in a raincoat and just shot him. That was Jack Ruby. Now, Jack Ruby was also in prison at the same time during the MK Ultra program. And so it's rumored that they did the same thing to him too. Also, the dude, Whitey Bulger, the one who was running Boston. These are all people that supposedly they actually, because one thing about Whitey Bulger, they say he was extremely violent. This was the mob boss for Boston. It's a movie about him with is it DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson, whatever the fuck. The Departure. Is it The Departure? The mob movie with Jack Nicholson and DiCaprio and Matt Damon. I think that's the one. That's about Whitey Bulger. But either way it goes. If they did it once and it was successful, What was the purpose? The purpose was you have all of these rich kids joining an anti-government movement, and that shit's going what would be considered viral. And they need to put a stop to it. Now, Manson had started his cult off LSD. And a lot of people who study this question, where was he getting this unlimited supply LSD from in the first place? Because in the movies, they show you how poor he was. Now, what he was doing was he would take the girls, send them with some reefer and some drugs to wherever they thought some young people was at, get them high, give them some, and make them want to come here. Free love. Get them high, get them. Now, where they went wrong is they got one of the little, it was a 14-year-old boy, the little girls got way too high, and he ran off. And he was the son of a sheriff or something like that. And he's just talking about he was seeing extra feet and all. The little boy started bugging out and went and told his people. Now, that became a high-profile case, but they still end up getting off of that case. How did they beat that case? Because they got caught. He pointed the girls out and everything. They ended up beating that case. But the thing is, now you got somebody who is becoming known, real popular on the hippie scene. Then, he was trying to cut a record. He was a musician. Now, on the local level, they thought he was dope at music. The industry said he sucked, but on the local level, they thought he was good. So he got music, he got drugs, and he got women that'll get naked. This could make for a very popular guy. Now, when they do the murders, this is 2 nights of bloody massacre, murder, whatever. Now, this goes, once again, modern day, what we consider viral. Now, this is part of a hippie movement, and it's the most gruesome murders in history. This scared the shit out of anybody screaming hippie. The next day, they took them dandelions, threw them bitches away, and it was just like that. According to everybody who was a part of it, just like that, it was over with. On the flip side, you had Woodstock, which was a CIA co-op. It got raided. A lot of people went to jail. A lot of people came up missing. And a ton of people OD'd. It was a tragedy. So 2 of the most prolific things happening during the hippie era ended the movement. Now, people could focus on what's important. War. And then they lied to you and tell you they lost that war. The war that they wanted so bad, they lost. No, they didn't lose it. If they lose it, why China become Christians? When you win a war, you don't give up your religion. We're fighting religious wars. Your God against my God. If I whoop your ass, that means my God better than yours. Why would I give it up? Doesn't make sense. So when it's all said and done, we got to pay attention. We be looking at shit, but we don't be looking at shit. We be watching shit, but we don't really be paying attention to what we watching because we so emotional based. And you have to understand, 250 years on the plantation, your master know exactly how you think. He know exactly how your ass think. So you have to understand this current version of you, they created. So a lot of things that you feel like is directly for you, it's because the people who created it know you better than you know you. That's why they was able to create so many destructive things, call it a culture, and feed it to us. They fed us crack, heroin, prison, hip hop, all of these things we glorify. Think about it. And now currently, after coming out the heroin era, going straight into the cocaine era, going from the cocaine era right into the crack era, and then from the crack era, we go into the gang hip hop culture. And from that, we go to mass incarceration, and two generations later, rampant homosexuality and cross-dressing. Now, you would tell yourself that this is a natural progression, but I got go to the Willie Lynch thing where they said 200 years from now they're gonna have a black man in a dress. That's what Willie Lynch said. Okay, well, cha-ching. How the hell you gonna say it's a natural progression when a white boy told you he was gonna do it to you? We got Francis Cress Wilson debating in the 70s saying by 2000 the black man gonna be in a dress. Cha-ching. This can't be natural if they predicted it and it's here. That means somebody knew something you didn't know. Meanwhile, because you're so upset about racism that you become a racist. So anything is white, you feel justified in hating. But when white people hate on you, then it's wrong. And some reason you convinced yourself that it's okay for you to be racist against white people, but it's wrong for them to do it. You're mentally fucked up. You need to admit it. We're all getting played. And newsflash, if you think God is pro-black, you're a fucking idiot. Just putting that out there. If you think God is wherever you think he's at, running around with an afro with a big ass pink in it and a black fist, or you think maybe your projection of heaven is the red, black, and green everywhere, I don't know what the fuck y'all think. But God's not a racist. So grow the fuck up. We're all getting played. Should you be proud of your melanin? You motherfucking right, because it's the most valuable resource on this goddamn planet. It's the most valuable resource on most planets. So yes, be extremely proud of it and never let a motherfucker make you feel any type of way because of this right here. But my pro-black don't have to be anti-white. We got to grow up and understand what the fuck is happening. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because we get caught up in that and we miss shit. Because here's how they played us. They fed you Obama, the black guy, who's arguably the worst president we ever had on paper. What the fuck did he accomplish? And y'all gonna say a bunch of stupid shit. And I just say, before I even discuss it with you, I think you should really look it up again. Because his biggest accomplishment is he got a Nobel Peace Prize. He bombed 7 melanated nations. And he got a Nobel Peace Prize. And when you look at that prize that they're putting on him, you need to screenshot it, zero it in, and hit that little thing on your phone that shows you what that symbol is. I ain't going to tell you. I'll wait. See, the problem is I tell y'all forget, then you act like I ain't tell you. So I'm going to stop telling you so much shit. Take your ass and go look it up. I'm just going to give you the breadcrumbs, Hansel and Gretel type shit. Because here's the thing. They never tell the truth. And y'all are not looking at none of the shit you think you are. So until you gain the courage to find out what you're really looking at, shut the fuck up talking to people like me with your emotions. I don't want to hear it. I don't give a fuck how you feel. What do you know? Because none of us can take feelings and pay for anything valuable. The only thing you do with your feelings is share them with the loved one and hope they care. Feelings is not going to get us through this. What do you know? What can you prove? So when we look at it this way, they always tell us what's good for us and it's bad. When they tell us what's bad for us, it's usually good. When are we going to learn? At the end of the day, their plan is fuck us anyway. So stop thinking white people going to save you or this, whatever it's going to save you. It's not, nobody's going to save us. None of them care about us. Let's get that straight. Trump, Kamala, nobody. You've never seen a president in the White House that give a fuck about anybody that I'm talking to right now. So grow up. Get you some maturity and understand everything is against us. So let's just look at where our bread is buttered and see how we can navigate the bullshit. We know, or at least I know, it's so much dirt on Obama, it's ridiculous. But y'all ignore it because he's black. Because it's your black president. And you don't give a fuck about nothing else. And that's how they get your ass every time. Because you're a motherfucking racist just like the racist white people you don't like. And that's the problem. And you think they don't know that you don't like them the same way they don't like you. They just man and woman enough to admit it. You trying to pretend, oh, we cool. You ain't cool. You're a fucking racist just like everybody else. We're all fucking racist. Because this is a racist country and it breeds racism. How the fuck you gonna avoid it? So everybody need to come out the closet, fucking admit it. We all have piece of shit tendencies and we're trying to be better. But instead, y'all like to hide. Like Scarface said, you like to hide and point at me and say, look at him. That's the bad guy. Because as long as you can point at me and say I'm fucked up, you ain't got to look at you. And that's what y'all love to do. Y'all love to find people like me who my only purpose in life is to talk to y'all. And y'all take everything I say, you try to twist it and turn. What the fuck are you arguing with me about and I'm teaching the people? If you don't like what I'm teaching, okay, fine. But how the fuck could you ever accuse me of anything nefarious? See, y'all got to pay attention and see what's right in front of you. You give all the attention to the mainstream weirdos. And the little guys you ignore it. That's what a real shit be at. So now here's the thing. They fed you Obama. He's a cross-dressing weirdo. I don't care if you don't like it. Michelle's real name is Michael and those ain't their kids. I don't care if you don't like it. Grow up, deal with it. He spent 8 years in the White House, and to this day, no one has seen his motherfucking birth certificate. So I don't want to hear your shit. Oh yeah, they found you. No, they didn't. They have never, ever come with a legitimate Barack Obama birth certificate. The shit he came with was found to be a forgery. Get that bullshit out of here. So far, he's turned in 2 forgeries. Never seen his real birth certificate. Why? The only reason why you like Hillary Clinton is because they tricked you. They let her big nose ass coke sniffing husband allegedly go to the projects in Chicago and eat greens at the picnic. You Negroes fall for that shit every time. Soon as one of these sick ass white people come to the cookout, or a baby eating bitch pull hot sauce out of her purse, you get all teary-eyed. So what? Why does a billionaire bitch get hot sauce in her purse anyway? You didn't know she was conning you? People who actually like hot sauce don't got hot sauce in their purse. Y'all fall for any fucking thing. When it was COVID, they told you stay your ass in the house. The orange white boy said, why are you keeping them in the house? They said give you more vaccines. The orange white man said, why are you vaccinating everybody? When the fuck are you going to start paying attention? What they tell you is good is bad. What they tell you is bad is good. Y'all said as soon as he came in office, 2025, he gonna kill everybody. But when he went out of office, he was the worst thing in the world. You argue, you shuck and jive. You let Joe Biden make fried chicken and invite you niggas to the motherfucking voting booth to eat chicken. And you niggas complained and took your black ass and went and got the chicken. He's a racist, and you went and got the chicken and you voted anyway. Joe Biden ain't did a motherfucking thing since he got in office but take a nap. And y'all still won't come out and admit you fucked up. I ain't had one person come out and admit that Biden was a bad decision. You know what y'all say? Yeah, that Biden on some bullshit, but at least he better than Trump. Said who? You can't name one thing Trump did wrong when he was in office the first time. This ain't about Kamala versus Trump. This is about understanding when we got time to move and when we don't. They control both sides. They're just working two different angles. So when we on this side, understand what we got to do. When we on that side, understand what we got to do and work both angles. Politics is fake. None of it's real. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Kamala, none of them give a flying fuck about you. Obama, none of that shit. What does it take for y'all? A 12-year-old little white child. I done told the story at least 100 times. And it's public news. I could probably get the clip and show it for you. A 12-year-old little white girl was doing a history project when they was lying about Obama and trying to say he don't belong in the country, and he couldn't produce a birth certificate. The pretty, precious little white child, she was trying to see. You see how racism don't understand the stupid shit y'all understand? A little white child trying to prove you niggas didn't do it. You bitch them up. Oh, they just hating. Okay, well, if they hating, prove it. Shut the fuck up sometime. All y'all do is prove it. In the real world, it's who information rules, not emotion. Prove what you said. So since nobody else wants to step up to the plate, all of you Negroes who was mad at white folks and just turned into the racist assholes, instead, the little white child decided, you know what? I'm going to prove my president should be here. So in her desperation to prove lying-ass Obama actually belongs here, what did she stumble across? This little 12-year-old white child got a big-ass board, and she got webs connected, and she done figured out that every United States president, with the exception of 2, are all related. Do you understand what the fuck I just said to y'all? Every United States president is related. So what the fuck are y'all voting for? You got 2 cousins running against each other. Who gives a shit who wins? What's the worst that can happen if we lose? I can't come to the cookout next year. Like, what the fuck? Y'all don't study shit, but you angry about everything. That's the problem. What do you know? Fuck what you think and who give a shit how you feel. What can you prove? And if you can't prove it, then man up or woman up and tap out and learn something. Let go of your fucking ego and your pride and be willing to learn. That's how we gonna grow. We have to be willing to learn from each other. I may not have an answer. If you had an answer, I have to be honest and say that's the right answer. But if you don't have an answer, then you have to be honest and say, okay, I thought I knew, but I don't. And this is how we're going to grow. And they won't be able to keep pulling this type of shit on us. Every time you look around, we used to say back in the day, if you trick them, you could beat them. Well, if that's the case, we're never going to win because they trick us every single time. Like, it's not one time we don't fall for the trick. I'm waiting to see us be like, we ain't going for that. Nah. Did y'all really get mad over fucking Kamala Harris? Y'all hated this heifer 6 months ago. And I'm gonna go on record and I'm gonna say this, and I might, mostly Queens is the bulk of who tunes in to me, and I might lose y'all after this one, but I gotta be honest. You fell for that Kamala abortion shit, and I'm gonna tell y'all honestly, that was a bullshit ass stance, and realistically, I don't really even think you understand what you're saying. My body, my choice. How come the choice doesn't start until after the irresponsibility? Now, don't come to me with talking about victims, because if you Google it, the percentage of pregnancies from victims that go into the abortion clinic and the percentage of people who just had irresponsible sex, that's not even proportionate. People are out every single 4 days a week. The partying in my town starts on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 5 nights a week people party. Do drugs, meet random people, and have irresponsible sex. And in that, because you didn't care about that person, and then you decide, okay, this is a bad decision. And I've been there. I'm not no saint. But what I'm saying is, we got to be honest with ourselves at some point. If the melanated woman is having the most abortions in America, and the whole concept of this abortion, Planned Parenthood, contraceptive thing was to stop melanated women from having babies, then a melanated woman in office promoting stopping melanated women from having babies, what you call that? Huh? What you call it? Because I don't call it looking out. I call it something else. What you call it? White women are not having the bulk of the abortions? Is that what y'all thought? Is that what y'all thought? That's black women having irresponsible sexual encounters with black men who are equally irresponsible. And I've been there. But that don't mean it was fucking right. So then you got somebody step in and say, it's not right to kill unborn babies. And y'all demonize that and go with the woman who's melanated, who wants to kill melanated babies. And in your mind, that really makes sense. And then you come up with the slogan, my body, my choice. And you make this about demonizing somebody, but you negate the whole irresponsible aspect of it on the other side. No, we can't do that. We're not going to behave irresponsibly and then blame others for not helping us out with that. No, we're not going to do that. Now, in any case where someone is violated, hell motherfucking yeah, I'm riding with them. But you don't know a bunch of people that was violated and want to get rid of the babies. Everybody you know that want to have an abortion is because they fucked the wrong person. Somebody that they wanted to fuck at the moment but just didn't care for. And then when they find out they're pregnant, most of the time they want to get an abortion because it's somebody that shouldn't find out about this that they don't want to know. So they're trying to get rid of the baby before the shit hit the fan. No, no, no. And you can't make us honor that because that's not real. If it's going to be your choice You have the choice. You have your body and your choice before you make the irresponsible decision. And if that happens, then this is not even a fucking conversation. Do y'all realize that it was only 12% of America was interested in the topic of abortion? Why did she run her entire campaign on that? Because she was pandering to black women who she knew didn't know any better. So y'all don't feel offended that she thinks so lowly of you that she knew she could get y'all to ride a wave that you shouldn't even be on. Y'all running around here talking about my son is a little king, my daughter's a little princess. Okay, I'm rocking with that. They're trying to kill princesses and princes. They're trying to stop that, nip that in the bud. So if you're knowing that you can't have irresponsible sex, and if something go wrong, get it taken care of, wouldn't that make you choose your mate more cautiously? Wouldn't that make us have less irresponsible sex? If not, that's the only hope we got in fixing it. No more puberty blockers. Joe Biden made it his regime, because I know presidents ain't real. His regime, and I remember the day this happened because I lost my shit, made it so that if your 12-year-old little boy decide he want to be a girl, and he bring it to you, and you explain to him that you don't agree, he was born a young man, and you break that down to him, he can go to school, complain to his teacher about it. The teacher can side with the child and go over the parent's head. Now, they'll send the police and the counselor home to the house to grill the parent about bad parenting and grant the child permission for the operation. So it was legal for the teacher and the child to go over the parent's head and get a sex change. That was legal. And y'all didn't have no problem with that. He said on the first day that shit did. Why a woman wasn't concerned with that? Why a woman is not concerned with the mistreatment of children and sexual assault? Why is a woman not concerned with that? See, that's my thing. Emotions don't solve problems. They just add to it. We're entering a phase in our existence where we got to be thinkers, because everything they do is to pull at our heartstrings. They created this version of us. They know it better than you do. They know every single thing that'll make you tick. That's why the #1 show in Black America is about selling dope. And the #1 show before that was about a crooked black empire in the music business, where the head of the family was the most rotten, double-crossing motherfucker you could know, and they made the world of it. And they made sure they throw extremely explicit homosexual scenes in every other episode. And now you can see 50 Cent following the trend. And before that, the biggest shows in Black America was toxic reality TV, where extremely rich black people cheat on each other, give each other STDs, and beat the fuck out of each other every episode. Nobody's ever happy with a shitload of money. BBLs everywhere. Just BBLs and expensive champagne all over the place. They know you. Trash after trash after trash. And why? Because you don't understand that the television is another CIA operation. That's why any movie about intelligence or military or police has to go through them first. They have to approve the script. You better pay attention. It won't pay you. They've been using mind control since before the 60s. That's just when they're admitting it. What y'all don't understand is they didn't disband these programs. They tweaked them. So they learn how to use advertisement and colors and word sequences and encoded messages in TV programs to do the exact same thing that they was doing when they had you sitting there with all them wires attached to your head. They was just learning you then. Now that they understand you, one program could have you locked in for the next 10 years on some mind control shit. Just one little program. The right mix of colors and combinations of words and characters. That's why it's the tell, lie, vision. Either way it go, we are, y'all know what time it is. We everywhere, y'all never there. We on the way to Clubhouse family. Wait. No, here we go. Here we go right here. Bow. The Conscious Conspiracy Cave, Kinfolk. Come to Clubhouse. Come tap in with us. That way, these folks ain't in our business. We can say what we want to say, use all kind of foul language and things. So that's what we're doing. What time is it? 8:09. I'll be there. Just give me 10 minutes and I'll be in the room by 8:20. Knowledge is the only real power. Information is the only real currency. But the application of both is the route to divinity. I love y'all. I'm gone.